Clutch Trucker is filmed before a live studio audience.
There you go, Rusty.
Okay, it's an audience of one dog. Hey, thanks for tuning in to the Clutch Trucker channel. Clutch Trucker here again. I am currently parked in Poplar Bluff, Missouri. I've got a load of air filters going to a prison in Thompson, Illinois. That's going to be interesting. Where I picked up in Texarkana today, the heat index 104. Ouch, 104. Maybe that's why I look so pink. Anyway, today's video all about other trucker tools you need, like apps on your phone and all the cards you need, and how I can fuel where I do as a owner-operator with the company I lease to. This is going to cover all of that sort of stuff. You need all the major trucking companies' apps on your phone. Trucker Path is a big one you need to have, and I'll talk about that here closer to the end, but that's a major one you need to have, major tool to help you down the road. You should also have things like, your GPS. I like the Garmin, the 780, as I've talked about before. And remember, your GPS is just one tool you should be using. It just has the major ones. Okay, so you have to use Trucker Path to look those up, and like I say, I'll talk more about that later. Also, having all of the trucker, all the big truck stop companies' apps on your phone is helpful. I'd show them to you, but of course I'm using my phone to make this video. You need to have the Loves app on there. I have the Pilot Flying J app. I've got the, of course, Truck Smart app for TAs and Petros. And if you watch my video all about taking advantage of the TA Petro Ultra One program, you need to watch that, and because that app comes into play with that as well. I've even got the Ambest app, so I can see if I happen to have a shower available on Ambest. I don't think Roadies has one. I know Sat Brothers does not have an app. They should, but they don't. So those are all apps you need to have on your phone. I've got all those. A lot of times if I'm going down the road and I see that there's, if I'm looking up on Trucker Path, that there's maybe Loves coming up, I want to see what restaurant they have maybe, if I don't feel like cooking something, and I just want to grab something and throw it down my throat. So that's where mainly what I use the Loves and the Pilot apps for. I tend to mainly fuel at TAs and Petros, so I use their app a lot, looking up fuel prices and kind of planning my trip. And if I'm going to use some of my Ultra One credits, again, watch that other video, to book parking, you can do it on the app. If I want to see what my balance is, make sure I've got maybe an Ultra credit for a shower, because I want to take one or something. I took one today at the TA in Prescott, Arkansas. That's not the best showers there. Low water pressure. You have to kind of dance around in there to get all wet. I want the shower to blast me against the freaking wall. That's what I want. But anyway, it was wet. I got clean. What can I say? And like I always say, watching my videos, if nothing else, you get to see my shirt color change. It almost matches my face today. What would this be, a purple or a mauve? Something like that? Yeah, we'll go with that. So anyway, let's talk more about the cards you need. Now, a lot of these that you're going to get discounts at, you need to have a card as well. I even have a Come and Go card. Not really because I get any discounts there, but I like their pizza. It's not bad. Roadies, we have a lot of discounts on Roadies truck stops, so I get their card, so just in case I want to shower, I can get one there. Ambucks, there's a lot of Ambest truck stops listed in our book, so I have their card, so I can get showers and points from them. Sat Brothers, they have a really good deal. If you fuel up, I think it's at least 500 gallons in 1 month, you get free showers through the entire next month free. So I have their Sat Brothers rewards card. I've got a Loves. Like I say, I don't get a discount at Loves, but if I want to shower there sometimes, I'll add in 50, 60 gallons, so I qualify for that. And the Tire Pass. Pilot Flying J, I just use that if I buy anything in the store. So I have hardly any points on theirs. And there's the big one. The TA, it's too shiny. But the TA Ultra One card, that's where I fill the most. And watch my video about the taking advantage of the TA Petro Points program. and you'll find out why. Now, my fuel card here it's kind of getting in the shadow. Is actually a Fleet One. Can you see that right there? It's a Fleet One card, but it's presented by the NASTC, which if I pull back, here's my little book, and I can zoom in here. You can see the National Association of Small Trucking Companies. I lease to a small trucking company, so this is the fuel card we use, and this is the book we get. So I can fuel at I get discounts. This book shows me any place I can fuel that would give me, most likely give me a discount. I can fuel at all TAs and Petros, get discounts there. I can fuel at Sap Brothers and get discounts there. I cannot fuel at Pilot Flying J. I can fuel at a Love's, I just don't get a discount. And I can fuel at a lot of independent truck stops, and they're listed here in the book. Like if I just pop it open and let's go to, for example, how about, oh, I'm in Iowa a lot, let's go there. All right, as I flip the book, here's Indiana. Okay, pardon me while we flip the book. Okay, Iowa. Okay, you can see there's a lot of options. Try to get some more light on it there. They list the town, where you can fuel, the place, the exit, and you're going to get a discount at almost all of these, which is nice. Okay, I'll talk about the Trucker Path app here in just a second, but going back to having the basic tools like a map, you should have a current, okay, mine's 3 years old, Rand McNally map, because you want to be able to look up the trucker routes on that map, like this. And you need the trucker's version because you can see on this map of Arkansas, everything in orange you're allowed to drive on. And that becomes important sometimes. Right there is where New York State lies to you. Right there you can see I-278 going through Brooklyn, and it's orange. That's an STAA approved route, and yet they try to tell you that you have to exit if you're at 12.9 or over. They're lying. If you watch my video on how New York lies to truckers, that makes sense, where you can see on that map that's an STAA route, yet they say it's not. So what it comes down to, as long as you have all the cards for any place you might possibly stop and fuel, or even just go in and buy a few things in their store, you might as well have their card and rack up whatever points you can, any way we can to save money out here, baby. That's helpful, you know what I'm saying. Okay, I kept saying we're going to talk about the Trucker Path app, so let's talk about that. TRUCKERPATH, Trucker Path app. You need to get that on your phone, whether you've got an iPhone or you've got an Android phone. Android, of course, go to Google Play. iPhone, go to the App Store, and you're going to find that. You need that on your phone. I first got it a couple of years ago. Somebody told me about it when I was on the CB asking about the current way station status, and that's the big thing that they will help you with. It'll show you upcoming way stations. You can tap on it, and it'll show you the last time a driver put in information whether that way station was open or closed. That's kind of helpful. Granted, you should always be running legally, but it's just nice to know whether you've got a chance of maybe being hassled or not, or you can just roll on by, you know. So that's kind of helpful. That's nice to know. The other great thing the Trucker Path app is great for, like I've said, my Garmin, it only lists major truck stops. Like today on my route coming from Texarkana up to, I'm going all the way up to Thompson, Illinois. So I came up through Little Rock. Instead of going on I-40 over towards Memphis up to 57 or 55 that way, I decided to take Highway 67 up from Little Rock. Great little interstate type highway until it falls apart a little bit north of Jonesboro, Arkansas. But anyway, then you're down to 2-lane highways and so forth. But I felt like going that way. Why not? I had time and then a little bit less hassle. So here I am, parked tonight in Poplar Bluff, Missouri. All right, found a great little mud lot, but hey, it's fine. Anyway, so again, I found this little truck stop because of Trucker Path. Because I put into my Garmin, hey, what's the next closest truck stop? It's showing me stuff all the way up near St. Louis, 135 miles away, something like that. You know, I need to find out what's near me, and that's where Trucker Path comes in handy. It'll show you every little thing. A little Exxon, a little Shell, like this one is called Jones Fuel or something like that. And it'll show you how many spots they have in the lot. And just like the weigh station status, drivers will put in, the last update, whether the lot is full, there's some spots left, or there's not spots left. You need to get this on your phone. I saw before I got here, about 10 minutes before I got here, somebody had just put in 5 minutes ago that there were some spots left. I got here, yeah, there were about 5 or 6. I found one after I got parked and went into the store, did my business, blah, 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 came back out, it had already filled up. So I put onto the app that it was full, trying to do my part to help out. It's very helpful that way. And you can find a lot of little tiny mom and pop truck stops to park at. And of course, as I said earlier in my, because I've got my small trucking, what is it called? National Association of Small Trucking Companies fueling book, whether or not I can fuel there. And so a lot of them I can fuel at. Like we talked about the cards earlier. That's why I have the cards for everybody. Because if I fuel, I want to get something. If nothing else, at least maybe a shower, you know? I found sometimes you don't want to use those. I had a Fuel Mart. Boy, that was a scary shower off I-70 in Ohio somewhere. But anyway, you want the Trucker Path app on your phone. It's very helpful. Like I say, get the major trucking companies' apps on your phone as well. If nothing else, you can look up fuel prices and whether they have the food you might want. And sometimes they'll give parking updates, like TA sometimes gives parking updates on their apps, but it's not the best. You're going to get more accurate, more up-to-date, more to-the-minute updates on parking on the Trucker Path app. So it's one you really need to have. So that's basically this video. You need to have the Trucker Path app. Get the others. Get all the fuel cards so you can get your discounts, get your showers, whatever. You might as well get whatever you can from all these companies while we're out here giving them our money, right? All right, so hopefully that gives you some good information on this video. Clutch Trucker, if you noticed, I found an editor, so that's why there's a little more difference in this video. Hopefully you're liking that. As always, please ring the bell and do the like. Sniff the magic YouTube fairy dust. Thanks so much for watching. Clutch Trucker, Clutch out.